Hi everybody, Craig with Travel and Tartan here. I thought during this crazy time I would do an interesting video about what you actually need to think about when you're getting ready to pack your bag. So all the stuff you need for your carry-on bag, this is a great time to be putting it all together because really you're not traveling right now, there's nothing else going on. So you may as well get organized so when you do want to travel, you're completely ready to go. So we're going to split this up into a few sections. We're going to have kind of the boring stuff, like all the paperwork and things like that, clothes. Then we're going to have, you know, hygiene, personal care, tech stuff, just all the different areas that you're going to need to think about. This is not a complete list. This is by no means the definitive list. There's probably a lot of people that will want certain things that other people wouldn't even be interested in. But I've tried to kind of put together a list of things that I think are important to either take or certainly to think about. Okay? So the first section we're going to go with is paperwork. How boring. Right, paperwork. Top things on the paperwork. Copy of your passport. A whole sheet that's got your passport photo, it's got all the information clearly legible. You may never ever need it, but if you lose your passport, it's way easier to get a new passport if you've got that copy of your passport. So have that. Also, copy of your credit card. The reason why is because if you have something going wrong or you lose a credit card, you need another one, you're not going to know the number to call on the back of the card because you've lost your card. So that's important to have that. Some sort of RF blocking device. A lot of carry-on bags have a little pocket that you can put like your credit card or your passport in so that it kind of covers that. Or else you can just buy something as simple as this. It's, you know, there's two sizes. This came with this size for a passport and then a smaller credit card size. I think this came with like 4 of these and 4,000 credit card ones for about $5. Everybody has biometric passports now and credit cards as well that people can try and steal your information. So something as simple as this, trying to protect that. It's a bit annoying, but it's a good idea. Next thing, maps / guidebooks. Okay, so maps. Pretty simple. What's this? Ooh, Antigua. Love Antigua. Make sure you have something with you. You might not need it. You might be going to the beach and you don't really care. But if you're thinking of going out and you're thinking of exploring wherever you're at, think about getting a map. Even if you just get it for yourself and look through it in advance and you don't actually take it with you. But you need to prepare, especially when you're going somewhere that maybe it's a one-time deal. Maybe you've saved up for it. Maybe it's something you just want to do once. You go, make the most of it. So maps, also guidebooks. This isn't actually a guidebook. This is the North American native fishes for the home aquarium. Probably not useful in wherever you're going, but get a guidebook and then you can take that with you on the plane. Top tip for the guidebooks, go to the library and get it out, read it, and you can take it with you and bring it back and then take it back to the library. And it didn't cost you anything, you need to buy one. And then magazines. So top tip on the magazines, if you're going to take magazines with you, get a subscription. Because if you get a subscription, like a regular mag is about $10 for a subscription. Once you have that subscription, you're getting whatever, 10, 12 magazines a year. Okay, a magazine, if you just go and buy it at the airport, it's like $6. So it's almost half the price of the entire subscription just to get one magazine. So if you get the subscription, get it way in advance and then hold on to your mags so you've got maybe 2-3 mags and then you can take those with you and it costs you a couple of bucks a magazine. I've been to hotels where they say, hey, do you have a copy of your booking form? Why would I have one of those? Don't you have my booking? It's always worth having it because if you need to get it, now you're trying to struggle with, can I get online with the cell phone, or do I have to go to an internet cafe? Like whatever, it's just annoying. But the main stuff, copy your passport, credit card so you can get the number in the back, or write down the number, whichever you prefer. I know a lot of people like the tablet route so that they can get a whole bunch of books downloaded. Some people don't really like buying those and reading them on there. They prefer, you know, a good old-fashioned native fishes for the home aquarium reader, you know? So each to their own. Copy of emergency contact list so that if you need to talk to people, you don't have to worry in a panic that you don't remember the phone number, you don't remember the email address, the address of the hotel you're going or the hotels you're going. So worst case scenario, you're in a place you don't speak the language, you can hand the driver in a taxi or something like that your address. He'll be able to get you back there. Moving on. Okay, next section, hygiene and personal care. There is absolutely nothing worse than getting to your destination, standing at the luggage collection, the baggage hall, your bag doesn't come out, and you get that sinking feeling in your stomach. Now what do? I have nothing to wear, I have nothing to brush my teeth with, I don't have anything. So it's important that you try and pack a few things that you're going to need while you're a day or two waiting for your luggage. Because it might literally be the next flight that comes in, but if you only have one flight every few days into the island, if you're going to an island or somewhere like that, it might be a while before you get your bag. Here's a few things I think for personal care that I would take with me. This usually goes in our suitcase. I would take a few things out of this. Band-aids, I would take ibuprofen, like a painkiller of some sort. Contact solution, make sure it's the small bottle so that it goes through security okay. A spare pair of contact lenses or a pair of glasses. Those kind of things are pretty important to take with you. Maybe some underarm spray. Just imagine you're going to be 2 days somewhere and not be able to access anything. What do you need to make sure that you're taken care of? Otherwise, maybe you're going to have to go out and you're going to have to buy some. Also, a hand sanitizer. Now more than ever, unfortunately. Hand sanitizer. So I've got hand sanitizer. Obviously, you can't take this with you on the aircraft as a carry-on because it's just a little bit too big. But you can get little bottles and you can dispense it into the little bottles. I'm not saying you should germicide yourself to death, but it is kind of nice when you get onto the plane, you've sat down, do your hands, maybe you do a wipe on the table, your little tray table and your armrests, because you don't know what's been going on there, just to help clean it. That's probably it for that stuff. Kind of boring, and also pretty common sense. Just take what you're going to need for a few days. So I would recommend just imagine you're away for a couple of days without access to anything other than what's in your bag. And there you go. Okay, this is probably everybody's favorite one, tech. All right, so I know that a lot of people are not interested in most of this. I know a lot of people love it and will be way more into the tech thing than I am, but here is what I've kind of felt like I've needed in the past and hopefully and presumably will need more in the future. First thing, adapters. You can go high tech, you can go low tech, depending on what you're wanting. From adapters, here's just some really basic adapters. They have a couple of plugs on top and then they plug into various different sockets around the world. These were, I think, 10 bucks. If you want to go that route, that's a very simple way of getting yourself organized. It's pretty low key though. If you want something that's a little bit more exciting and maybe a bit more useful, this guy's a really good deal. This was, I think, 29 bucks. I'll put the link below so that you can see if you want to go buy it. This one is pretty cool. So you've got all your different countries around the world in there. And these all lock in place with a button on the side. You've got every possible conceivable plug on the front, so you can plug anything in from any country in the world, just stick it in the front. You've also got USBs on the bottom and a USB-C on the side. So a lot of things are going USB-C now, so if you need that save you carrying an extra cable. There you go, right there. This also comes fused, and it has a spare fuse in case you need it. So that's pretty cool. It's actually really useful device. Along with that, cables. Always remember your cables. There's cables for everything these days, and I know I'm saying something that you should all know, but it's amazing how much you forget when you're trying to pack stuff and you're kind of thinking of the trip and you're not really thinking about the simple things in life. So everything has a different end on it. So remember to take the stuff you actually need, whether it's A to C or A to A or A to whatever. Cables, just remember your cables. Battery charger. This was great for me when I was away. Last time, obviously, filming while I'm away, it's really helpful. You know, camera really eats up batteries quickly. So for me, this was good. This one's a 20,000 milliamp. So I get maybe 5 charges of a cell phone, something like that out of it. You've got, on this one, it's got 2 A's coming out, and then you've got your input there. But that's something that I think is really great. And then for me, one of the big deals was headphones. These are noise cancelling headphones, and I cannot tell you how awesome it was to walk through the airport and be on an airplane and not have to listen to anyone I didn't want to listen to. These drown out the sound of the aircraft. I don't care what aircraft you're on, whether it's a 50-year-old aircraft or a 5-week-old aircraft, none of them are silent. The best thing I can say about these is when I was on the short turboprop flight, I actually measured the decibels, about 85 decibels on there. And I had these on and I was watching a video, and when the flight attendant came round, obviously I took them off because I just wanted to be able to hear. And I nearly melted my ears. There was that much of a difference in volume. So to me, those are great. I get it, not everybody can have these because, you know, if you're walking through the airport with kids and so on, you need to be seeing what's going on. I understand that. But if you have an option to do this, I would highly recommend it. It's awesome. These particular ones are the Sony XM3, which are not cheap. I think I got these for $260, something like that. But worth every penny as far as I'm concerned. Accessories. So when you take all your tech stuff, make sure that you pay attention to your accessories. Do you have them all? Are they all with you in the bag? Do you have like 8 different bags of stuff and you forgot to go and look in each bag for whatever it is you need? So just something to think through. Always just check. Best thing to do when you're packing a carry-on bag is make a list of all the things you need and then just go down that list and check it off as you do it. Because once you're gone, you're gone. You ain't coming back to get the rest of it. So that's it. That's everything that I think you absolutely need to think about for tech. Weird extra stuff. All right, now we're getting on to the sort of the random things that you might want to consider. Pen, at least one pen. I've almost always needed a pen when we've gone away. Almost always. You're probably going to need a pen, so bring a couple of pens. All right. This guy here, this is just one style of many. This is a weigher to weigh your carry-on bag. Some airlines are a lot more stringent about weight than others. I think if you've got a small enough bag, you're going to get away with a lot regardless. Certainly over in the States, they really don't care as long as it's within the size limit. Throughout Europe, you're going to need to have a fairly small, could be 7 to 10 kilos is the max, and they'll check them. So you need to weigh it beforehand, make sure you're not going to go over, and if you are, you're going to consider trimming back a little bit on that 14, or maybe you need to trim back on your size of your Germex. Money, obviously put money with you, valuables with you, and then simple things like gum, so you're always minty fresh. Snack, whether it's a power bar or a granola bar or something that if you're really hungry you can just nibble on, whether you're on a plane or you're in the airport for a few hours. The airport food can be at the cheaper end is pretty average at best. So you might be better off just chowing down on your own thing rather than trying to buy something. A water bottle, if you want to bring a water bottle with you, should be empty. I know people say you can freeze them and bring them through checkpoints. Okay, if you really want to go that route and try it, good luck with that. But just bring it empty and then you can fill it up as soon as you've gone through. Well, all right. Now you're going to need a dump truck to carry all the stuff that I just told you you need to put in your carry-on bag. Sorry. Obviously, you can make a list of prioritizing what's most to least important to you, but certainly some of the main things, let me go down the list. Main things you need: copy of your passport, information for your credit cards, insurance information, where you're staying, emergency contact information, a pen so you can write all that stuff down. You want some basic medications if you're on medication. Ibuprofen, something for painkiller, toothbrush and toothpaste. Eye stuff is needed. Seeing is always nice. Change of clothes, if you can do at least one. 2 would be great. Maybe it's just a swimsuit and 1 change of clothes, something like that. And then over on the tech side, if you can spring for this, I would go for this guy because you're going to be able to use it in all over the world. It's much more functional, flexible. Battery charger, not high priority, but I found it useful. Cabling for all your stuff, whatever the stuff may be. Remember, you need all your accessories with it. So think through that. Something to protect your passport, hand sanitizer. Good luck. All right, we're done. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I would love to hear in the comments if anybody has other things that they bring or things I've forgotten that they would include, because like I said, there's tons of stuff out there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.